Hi, it's Wendy here at ECS Coffee in Burlington with this guy, Neil.
That's me.
So we're going to take you through machines today.
Yeah, 20. We did a video a couple years ago on the entire Breville lineup in 2020. Well, it's 2022. So we're gonna update this video with all things Breville and espresso, and Wendy's gonna touch base on each of these machines, who they're for. We do have videos on most of them on our channel, so don't know if we'll get all the links in there, but you can kind of have a look. So this is the updated Breville 2022 lineup. So let's talk.
Yeah, so we're starting here price point wise, Café Roma. So this will do an excellent job of doing a single double shot. Also can use an ESE pod with this one, which means just less mess. If you opted to not have a grinder, an ESE pod is the way to go for these guys.
And that's looks like a tea bag, full of pre-made ground espresso in it. You just pop it in there. So
yeah, you can get regular decaf coffee, which is good if you're looking to keep it fresh in between brewing for your guests.
Otherwise, you need a grinder, which Breville has. A few options, and this is really, and it's got a Penarello wand, so you steam your own milk. You won't get much latte out of that, but it's really an entry-level machine, right? Yeah,
it's an entry-level machine. So outside of doing your brew, you would just hold your cup of milk here until it steams to whatever level you want it to, and you can heat it to whatever level you want to also, and then you would incorporate it. It's not putting it together for you.
Okay, and that's for somebody who's going to make what, like a few espressos a week?
Yeah, a few espresso. No, you can get away with a couple a day, but it doesn't have a large reservoir, so you wouldn't want to keep doing back to back to back, so you have to wait for it to heat up for one thing and then go over to milk. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the Bambino and the Bambino Plus. Same name, couple differences.
Yeah, so you need a grinder for both these also, but the main difference being if you're not a milk-based drinker, meaning you're not doing cappuccinos or lattes very often, you probably want to opt for this one and stretch your own milk here. You can get a really fine latte foam with that. You're doing the single or the double shot. Both of them don't have huge reservoirs, but you can definitely do up to 8 espressos.
Yeah, because it's just espresso. It's not taking a lot of liquid anyway.
Right.
So you're saying this one is if you've got your regular Penarello wand. It doesn't have the cool milk feature that the Bambino Plus has. And we do a video on this as well. I actually think the Bambino Plus and a grinder is the way to go, personally. But let's talk about the Plus then.
So a couple of my people that work here have this one, and they love it. So you do your espresso shot, you put your milk here, click it down if you choose to. You can select the temperature, low, medium, and high, and you can also select the foam level, so from a flat white all the way up to a cappuccino. As long as the mug is sitting on this sensor, it will sense what heat it is, low, medium, or high, and do an amazing froth for you without you having to do anything. You still have to incorporate it, but you don't have to stand and hold it and stretch your milk and have any kinds of skills. It's going to keep the vortex going for you.
Frothing for dummies?
Frothing for dummies.
That would work for me.
It would. Not saying anything.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, take the shot.
Your latte art's better than mine, but it's not much better.
No, that's true. It does come with a little bit more of an upgraded tamper than this one sits with this, but it's not the full steel one that you get with.
So, and these are all portafilter machines, meaning you have to have, just because they're in our showroom, and people steal these, so we don't have them out for all our machines, but all of these machines are
So these are called cleats, and the reason they're specific to Breville is this is going to fit into these machines with absolutely no problem. No, it will go.
Well,
they're all the same size. So all the tools we have listed to go with the Barista Express, you may want to...
can work with that too.
Some of them can work,
with that.
Okay. Absolutely, yeah.
So Bambino Plus, price point wise, about 500, 600-ish Canadian, so could be cheaper elsewhere, we don't know.
Right, and then this one, they have different pricing at different times, so we're looking at under 400 for them.
Okay, let's go to the Barista Express and Impress, which would be the next ones. Barista Express, we just did a video comparing these, so you can link up to that up above. The Express has been around since 2009, #1 seller in the category for many years. The Impress is a newer version, just came out in 2022. Comparison video shows you the difference, but basically this is your grinder on board.
Right. Both of them are grinder on board, but what you're getting with this one is you're taking away one of the things that can cause your shot not to be perfect. So taking out a variable. So it's going to tamp and tell you a nice even tamp, a nice pressurized tamp, and also tell you how much coffee to add in or take away.
It's kind
no
of
guesswork.
So the original Express, you literally had to grind into here, and then you would tamp it manually yourself. The newer version, it actually has a handle. It tamps it for you, makes it a lot cleaner. So it works out fairly well. Both great machines. We really like this one, the new one, because of what it does, the cool features. I think, again, no one's told us, I keep saying it in the videos, that's going to replace that eventually. It's just got so much better stuff in the machine to make your life easier when you're brewing a coffee.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, but grinders built in, which is good.
Yeah.
So
and with the grinders, with both of these, you can change and get more grinder settings in the topper.
Yeah, great machine. So the Barista Express Impress is the new one. Barista Express is the original 2009.
It's like, well, it's a workhorse. I mean, I've had it for years and it's still ticking away.
Wendy has all the machines.
Not all, but some.
Almost all. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're at the Barista Pro now. Now these are the ones where you've lost me on these. I'm not, you know these, you've got this one, right?
I do,
okay.
So this one is more of a thermojet heating system. So what that means, if you looked at the frothing wand here, there's 3 holes versus the one. So you notice it a lot when you've had one machine and you come to the other, there's just a lot more power. So it's going to foam your milk a lot faster. Outside of that, it's got the digital scale. It takes away the range so you can see how your tamp is, and it works on volumetric. And that's all going to sound like a lot of blah, 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 but it actually does make sense when you're working with it. No, because when I start talking about rate of flow versus having a little needle show you where you're at in the pressurized zone, you're going by pressure there. This one, you're going on your rate of pour.
And do you prefer this one?
I do. Okay. I do. Well, I have it, and I'm so used to working with it that I like how fast it is for heating up and how fast it does your milk.
Okay. Yeah. And then so that one's a little more digital. So they took the Barista Express and kind of let's make it more digital and kind of cool. And then we've got
and also the grinder. You're surfing between grinder settings. You're not clicked in that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're surfing. Okay. Yeah. Then we've got the Touch, which I don't think we have powered on.
No. So again, very digital.
So very digital. But I'm gonna actually plug it in. So pause. Okay, so next up we got the Barista Touch, which you can see next to the Barista Pro. Bigger screen, and it's got some cool pictures.
It's got cool pictures. You can rename your drinks and have it set up specifically for you. You still have to put the portafilter in. You're still doing your tamping, but the amount of water coming through is programmed to your likes in the screen. And also, thanks.
Yeah, no worries.
So we put it in here.
It'll
grind. You still have to grind and tamp. But once you put it into here, again, you have the sensor to tell you the heat, and you're programming in your froth level also.
So basically, you take your milk pitcher. This is one of the ones we have. This isn't a Breville one.
It's not.
Got skull and crossbones on it for some reason. But you just put your milk in, and as long as it's sitting on a sensor,
that's going to be your heat.
Like the Bambino Plus.
Right. But the programming for the milk froth is just not 1, 2, and 3 like on the Bambino Plus. You're setting it yourself in a lot wider range.
So kind of great for those that don't want to have to learn how to do milk art.
Yes.
Okay.
Program multiple people, so not everybody has to like the same thing.
Excellent. Okay, and these guys come in a bunch of colors, and it kind of changes because Breville had all these champagnes and black stainless steels and matte blacks and everything, and smoke hickories, and they're kind of in the midst of changing that.
Right.
So look out for it, because some of these come in different colors. There's a sea salt. There's actually a new red velvet, which is in this fall of 22. We just got it in. You can see a picture
it's very
behind
nice
us in a second.
looking. Yeah.
The red velvet's a new color, and it's limited distribution, so you won't see it everywhere. It's going to be kind of hard to find, but that is, these are these here. Look, white sea salt, and then we've got, so this is sea salt, and this is the red velvet. But there is it matte black and smoked hickory, and they're getting rid of a couple.
They're getting rid of a couple. Not everything's coming in every color.
Blue.
Damson blue, if they keep it, is beautiful.
Yeah, the blue's really nice.
So the blue is here, and I know it's hard to see.
Yeah, this one's gone. Champagne's gone.
So if you went,
but you've got this really nice blue, a smoked hickory, and some models will have some colors. Some models will have other colors. It's not. It's not
consistent out of the gate, but they eventually get there with everything.
Yeah, but this new red velvet's pretty nice.
The white is still stunning though.
I like the white.
Mine, me too. Yeah.
We've got the dual boiler. Not the most popular one we sell, but let's have a quick chat about that.
So this one here, 58 millimeter portafilter. And I get the question all the time, is it worth upping to the 50 millimeter
That's more the
portafilter?
standard commercial size.
It's more of a commercial machine, more distribution in the actual portafilter. So if you have very discerning tastes about coffee, it might be worth it.
Okay.
I'll
Dual
tap
boiler
the
is an
50.
advantage because...
The dual boiler is an advantage. You can be frothing at the same time you keep pouring your shots. So if
nice.
even if you're doing a large amount of milk, you can keep frothing and keep doing your shots. So with the dual boiler, one setting is going to come up for your brewing side, and then obviously the boiler is going to come up to milk temperature for you there.
It's no grinder in this. You need a separate
No.
grinder, but you can pour water in the front, which is nice.
Yeah. So when you pour the water, you can the
Gauge,
indicator's here, or it has a bigger tank right in the back if you choose to.
So a little more old school,
It is.
but versus the Pro and the Touch.
It is, but again, you're back to
pressure.
back to the bars, looking at your bars of pressure there, which sometimes people prefer.
Yeah, and this is a couple thousand roughly. I mean, we have it on sale right now, but it goes often on sale. But yeah, a couple thousand.
It can be partnered with the Breville grinder for.
Grinder. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to go to the Oracle and Oracle Touch. If I could turn these on, I would be doing wonderful. But
Yeah.
okay, so Oracle and Oracle Touch are kind of the top of the line manual, although they're like manual automatic.
Yeah.
Depending on. This is the machine that you've got the joys of manual if you want it, but also if you just want to look like you know what you're doing, but you don't have a clue what you're doing, it does everything for you.
Yeah.
And you've got one version that is just the Oracle, and then the Touch basically it's got everything on the screen. So your drinks are programmed into the screen versus over here.
Yeah. It's
Who
like
are each of these for?
Yeah. So if you're not a big fan of a digital scale and you don't have multiple people in the household to do 5 different lattes and you want to save 5 different lattes, then you get away with this one just perfectly fine. Both have the grinder on board.
They're taller, so you got to watch your cabinet.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. You can do your single or double shot, add your hot water, program an Americano, and you're also programming how much steam and texture you want right in here. So the good thing about this one is if you have a larger pitcher, you're not setting it on the little indicator like we have been before.
Yeah.
It's just doing it from the temperature probe here,
Okay, so
which is fantastic.
automatic idiot-proof milk
Yes,
for making the drinks. And the neat thing, this also self-tamps. So
it does.
you put your portafilter in, it will grind and it will tamp inside. You don't have to pull a manual like
you
the
can
the
change.
press.
Yeah, you can change that tamp pressure, and you can also change the polishing amount on this machine, which is fantastic. But out of the box, you probably won't have to do much to it.
Okay.
You just program in what you like on both.
So this is good. This is good for me.
Yes, easier program, obviously, because it's digital and it's showing you the photos. But it's not hard. You just need to read your manual with this one.
Okay. So I take the portafilter, put it over here, press my drink, and I take the milk, pop it in here.
Yeah.
It does it automatically for me to the exactly
So you actually
what I
have
need.
to, on those, you always have to press your drink first, or else it's not
Beautiful.
knowing what it's doing.
Okay. So
But this one you don't.
so pretty nice machine. They're in the over $3,000 price range when you're getting in there.
Yes.
So kind of the top of the line.
And then you don't have to buy a grinder.
No grinder. It is, like I said, a bit taller. You do have the water in the front too, which is nice though on this guy, which I like on
Right.
both of these. Yeah, it's like built on the platform of the dual boiler,
Right.
size-wise. But those that have these tend to love them.
It's the power of the grinder too, though. So because this is a more powerful grinder, we've talked about oily beans before. You can get away with slightly oilier beans in
Don't
this.
say that out loud.
Sorry.
So oily beans are a no-no. So for those of you that like to go to the box stores and buy that big 2-pound bag for $18 or whatever it is of oily beans, I'm just using numbers here. Oily beans are not good for your grinders. How do I know if it's oily? Look at it. If it looks shiny and wet, like someone just dumped it in some syrup, then it's oily. The moisture congeals the grinders usually.
Yes.
When you're saying with these, you can get away with it a little
bit more.
A little. I would still say no.
Well, that's according to the president of Breville. So just saying.
That's true. He did come in to visit us.
Yes, he did,
All the
and
way
he
from
told me
Australia.
that. I was like, what? Mind blown. But
know.
yes.
Yeah. But we still don't recommend oily beans. Find a medium. The thing with espresso, most people think it has to be dark.
Yeah.
Actually, it's better when it's medium roasted.
Yeah, and you can get
dry
the
beans.
flavors from
Yeah.
where it's grown.
Yeah. So that's the 2022 lineup. Again, there's videos for all of these,
Yeah.
or most of these, I think, on our channel. So you should hit the subscribe and the like, because you subscribe, then you can go to our channel and you can type in whichever machine you want. You might actually find a review on it that we've done. Some will be this year, some will be the last couple of years, but we try to keep them updated. You have had the Barista Express. You have had the Pro.
Yeah, I'm stopping there.
You're not
because they're still honking. They're still
Okay.
working perfect. So
And you've had your Express for a while.
8 years.
Yeah, they're
I
pretty
wanna
solid.
say 8 years.
Breville's done a great job in the I mean, would you say of all of them, that Breville's done a great job in the coffee game?
They're my favorite,
Yeah.
only because I do it half asleep and it still turns out perfect for me every day. My husband is a bit more messy. That's why he likes the new Breville funnel. But it's really, really great coffee in the morning from these machines, right from the bottom all the way to the top. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So check out our other videos. We just did one on tools for your Barista Express, some aftermarket stuff, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
The Barista Impress we've done. I did a video last year on why you should get the Bambino with a grinder, because I thought it was the way to go then. I do like the Barista Impress now, the Express Impress.
I know.
But for 2022, they've done an amazing job coming out of the crazy world we've been in and getting some really, really great products to market. We're anticipating some really fun things in 2023. Breville now is the owner of Barazza, which is the leader in grinders. And they have recently acquired Leylit out of Italy, who does super high-end espresso machines. So they're really committing to the game of espresso at home. We've had the president of Breville in here who has pretty much said that to us, that this is their focus.
Right.
And they've done a great job with everything they do. So we're big fans.
Yes, we are.
And we look forward to seeing you in our store in Ancaster or Burlington, Ontario, or online at ecscoffee.com if you want to shop Canada. Come see Wendy.
Yeah, come see me.
Wendy's always here.
Yeah, somebody goes and travels a lot. Just kidding.
It's because I want you to have all the fame.
Oh yeah, that's
Right?
it.
The YouTube fame. But between the two of us and the other great team we have here at our Ancaster stores, we'll get you all the answers you want. If you have any, please ask below. And if we don't know the answers, we'll make them up, or we'll find someone that does. I'll find you. I'll ask you.
All right.
I don't know all the answers. You're the pro.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Until
Okay.
next time.
Bye.
Take care.